What's going on, guys? This is just going to be a quick little disclaimer. This video is going to contain a lot of spoilers for the Forsaken DLC coming up here in September. So if you don't want to spoil anything for you, then I would suggest you click away now. But if not, we're going to get right into this video. Alright guys, so over the course of the last couple days, there's been a ton of insanely leaked information that has been data mined from PC on Destiny for the upcoming DLC, The Forsaken. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretty much just keep looping over and over and over because there is a crap ton of information to go over with you guys. But the first thing that I want to go ahead and point out here, we got this picture up right now. I know there's already been a whole bunch of other coverages on it, but I wanted to go ahead and cover it myself. Now, you guys can see in this image that there has been images data mined of different styles of ghosts, the new bows that are going to be coming in here as weapons, the Night Stalker, Night Blade type of night daggers, shadow daggers, something like that in here. And then you can also see on the top left another stance, or maybe even a different type of move that the Arc Strider is going to be getting too. So it's really awesome in my opinion, because you guys know that I've mained a hunter since, you know, beta of Destiny 1. So to see these changes look really awesome, not to mention just the fact that the shadow dagger thing looks like the coolest freaking assassin hunter style thing I've ever seen. Now with the Titan, I'm not exactly sure because it still kind of looks like Fist of Havoc, but who knows, it could have another type of functionality to it. But you guys can see here up at the top, there's like 4 little metal things here, or accolades or something. Whether those are dependent towards titles and emblems, or if it's more towards mission icons and stuff. It looks really cool. My favorite is probably the last one, just because I think it's clean, looks symmetrical. But it could also have to do with the storyline and the quests. So right below that, right in the middle, you guys can see that there's a Taken Sparrow, which I will go ahead and read this off. There's also been multiple Reddit users as well that have talked about this, and this one is talking about the Taken Sparrow. Zol will play a big part on this quest. There's a new quest for this specific sparrow. Don't flip the table yet, but from what I can tell you, this sparrow has a hidden perk that has not been added to the game yet, so let's assume it's something special. And like I said, I'm going to be having all these sources and everything linked down in the description below, but again, there's been multiple coverages on all of these topics, and my mind is still blown trying to gather this information. Now below that, on the left and the right, you can see that there's 6 different types of ghosts, styles of ghosts, which is cool because, you know, in Destiny 1 it was literally just a ghost. It just had a different camo or shader on it all the time, and then in this one they started to dabble in the different shapes, which I think is cool because that puts a lot more unique spin on the hunters that are, sorry, not the hunters, the guardians that have ghosts, or they obviously they use their ghosts a lot for whether it be farming or whether it be for like telemetries and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. The fact that they have one that's like a circle with like a ring around it looks really cool. They got one that looks like this triangle thing. But honestly, I think out of all 6 that we can see here, my favorite is probably the one that is comparable to Rasputin. I think that's honestly, it looks so clean. I like it. Yeah, I'm still shocked. And then you can see underneath the sets of ghosts that there's all these different bow styles. Now, whether or not these are all exotic, or these are, you know, maybe 2 or 3 these are legendary, and then like the one on the far right I feel like has to be exotic. To me, that doesn't even look like a bow, but I want to say that was one of the ones that they showed in the gameplay reveal, so I'm not exactly too sure yet. But again, me being a hunter, me loving the shadow shot, that it's just, to have a bow as an actual weapon is just going to be so fun. Like, I feel like people are going to even try to do like trick shots in PvP. It's going to be insane. The next thing down here in this article that you guys are going to see, the Blind Well. Let's start out with a new EP of the Dreaming City. I believe it's referred as the activity in the Blind Well, inside the Dreaming City. In this mode, you will be tasked to clear 10 waves of enemies. I'm not sure totally, you know, if that means that it's going to be like the original Escalation Protocol, stuff like that. And right here at the little last segment, it says Wave 10 will have a different boss each week, and he will have the chance of dropping armor and exotic catalyst for 3 weapons, which I currently don't know. Now, most of this information has come from this Reddit user named Ginzer. The original post you guys will see at the top, or whenever you guys go to the link, that it said posted by user / and then it says deleted in brackets. So obviously this information leak has struck a couple nerves. So whoever keeps posting about it is probably obviously getting cut, getting banned, anything like that. But anyway, let's continue. So the Dreaming City. Alright, so Game Informer has talked about this, where the Dreaming City will be changing week by week. What they meant is that the taken corruption levels will rise 1 time per week. There's 3 levels of taken corruption that affect the whole destination, and thus spawning more taken enemies, where they have, in the first week of launch, you should be seeing the Dreaming City without any, tower infected by this corruption. Once you reach week 3, the taken corruption levels will be 3. When it reaches this stage, you will be able to visit spaces inside the Dreaming City that you previously weren't able to. So whether that's kind of like a similar concept to the Infinite Forest, where it obviously it's changing, you have different accessibilities, different enemies and such, that in itself just sounds and seems like so much fun, that I think this being a year 2 DLC is gonna just blow any yearly DLC out of the water. And then this little last segment here, it's Prison of Elders, which I feel like it could have already been seen that we were going to bring the Prison of Elders back, just considering that, Prince Aldrin was, imprisoned and he escaped from there. Sorry, that was my cat. That it's cool that they're bringing it back. Now, hopefully it's not going to be as cut, dry, and stale as it was in Destiny 1, because it was like one of the things that was really easy to just be done with and then never touch again. But anyway, Prison of Elders. You will indeed return to the Prison of Elders. This will happen during a strike called the Hollowed Lair. And I think its strike-specific loot will be the Prison of Elders set itself. Is the only strike with multiple specific loot attached to it, of all four of the new ones. So that being said, getting that out of the way, I think that that's really cool that they're bringing, whether they're bringing it back or they're bringing it with a spin. I think that's probably like ridiculously phenomenal, and it's going to be a lot of really cool things to see the different styles of it, just like how we could see with the Solstice of Heroes event. Alright guys, so this next part that we're going to go ahead and talk about is going to be, because there is so much information, I'm just going to go over a couple of these little segments here, just because there's so many, but I will link the source down in the description if you wanted to read all of the parts to it. I'm just going to touch base on a lot of the ones that are really what I'm looking towards, and what I think is what most people are going to look towards. First being the raid. There's going to be a new raid called The Last Wish that'll have normal and prestige mode, with a raid boss called Dol Inkaru, the Eternal Return. Anyway, so not 100% sure on that. That could just be like a mid-boss, so I guess we just have to look forward to that. But Dol Inkaru kind of sounds like something, obviously it's saying Eternal Return, that it could be something that would, maybe that this guy died and then like Aldrin or somebody just brought it back, or maybe this is the monster that, another monster that's inside of the Dreaming City. Anyway, there will be also like a one-time challenge to finish the new raid within 24 hours after its launch. So there's going to be a lot of people grinding this, because it's probably going to be something similar to like the Moments of Triumph and the Solstice of Heroes emblems and stuff, like the limited time events. But this one obviously only being a 24-hour, time lock or anything like that. That's pretty crazy. Now, new strikes really quick. The 4 new strikes are called Warden of Nothing, the Hollowed Lair, which we just talked about, the Corrupted, and the Broodhold. Now, 2 to 3 of those totally sound like 100% like Prison of Elders related, and then Broodhold sounds like it too. Anyway, so of course they will all also be in the Nightfall rotation, so that'll be really interesting to see. And the Nightfall versions will also have special challenges, such as not receiving any arc damage in the final encounter. So that means that, like, if there's a challenge like that, you gotta like make sure that you are not being touched at all. That's actually gonna be pretty awesome challenge. It'll be cool to see what kind of rewards you get from that. Alright, and then the new GAMBIT playlist, which I think is gonna be my most favorite thing, because I'm not entirely a fan of PvP and I absolutely love PvE, so having that come together is gonna be pretty interesting. But anyway, GAMBIT will have a ranking system called Infamy, Okay, similar to Crucible, you can unlock gear and ornaments while increasing your rank. Infamy can be reset. The highest Infamy rank right now seems to be level 15, and Hawthorne will have a new clan engram for Gambit, which is great because then that means that that's another powerful engram that we could get from Hawthorne to level up our power levels and our light levels and stuff. Let's see, next section here, I'm going to go ahead and talk about dungeon, because honestly we've never heard or seen the word dungeon really used in Destiny at all. We just have strikes and nightfalls and raids. But anyway, there will be a dungeon called the Shattered Throne. Multiple activities take place in this dungeon. At some part of the game, we will receive an unpurified version of an armor set called the Reverie Dawn, which we can purify through different activities in the Shattered Throne. Now, what's really cool is that sounds like it's a gear set type of thing. If they also do gear set bonuses, that would like make my little, you know, RPG MMO person like scream on the inside. That'd be awesome. But anyway, it sounds like it's going to be something similar to Solstice of Heroes. Like, Solstice of Heroes right now is the first armor set that we actually have challenges to level up and change in rarity and up in light level and stuff. So I think it'll be really cool to see what this type of armor set does or what the challenges are. And everybody knows Petrovenge is going to be coming back. I mean, she was pretty much our spokesperson in Destiny 1, so it's only obvious that she comes back. Let's see, clan focuses are cool. We're gonna have like milestones, you know, 6-player clan fire team in the raid, and then having bonuses for playing with clanmates, which would be cool. Now, one of my biggest favorites is the Ace of Spades, because I'm a huge Cade fan. I'm pretty sure everybody with this stuff, there's been a lot of Cade fans that have come out of the woodworks, but there's a mission where we will be able to reclaim the Ace of Spades back from Uldren. Okay, once reclaimed, it will first be a broken version, and we will have to repair it through a long quest series, several steps, multiple activities. Now, that, with how that is worded, that sounds very, very, very comparable to the Gallahorn Year 2 or Year 3 quest that it was in Destiny 1. So I'm pretty sure it'll be something similar to that, which, it being hand cannon, I really hope that they make the exotic perks something worth grinding your ass off for, because again, those types of things kind of get annoying, but also if you're a collector like myself, you're probably going to get it anyway. And then I guess the last little segment here I will touch upon is they're going to be adding collections, and collections will also include Destiny 1 achievements, obviously from console players prior. And examples are like completions of campaign raids, character transfer to Destiny 2, reaching the Lighthouse Triumph, stuff like that. So that's going to be super cool, because I know I had a decent grimoire. I didn't have the best because I stopped playing during certain segments. But I think that's like super cool that they're going to be adding this in, because I was just talking to some friends about how I wish they added grimoire back. So yeah, sorry if it seems like there's not, I didn't spoil it enough for you guys. It's just something that I want to just touch base on a lot of the stuff that is going to be longevity. Like this, everyone's going to finish the campaign, you know, within a couple hours, so it's not that big of a deal. But everything else is what people are going to be grinding and playing with, obviously as time goes on and we await the next DLC after that. So I really, really, really do like all this information. I really hope you guys have gotten your share and your full of all this, you know, game-breaking, mind-blowing information and are super hype. And oh man, I hope you guys are as excited as I am. So please let me know down in the description or down in the comment section below. Again, speaking of the description, there are all of these sources that I read off and that I showed you guys. They're all linked down in the description below. But anyway, again, comment section, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what things you guys are really hyped for, what you guys think is the coolest information about this leak. And yeah, alright, I love you guys. Thank you for sticking around. And until next time, guys, it's been your boy Dop. Peace out.